Throughout the history of my channel and really my own personal life, I've developed and adopted a contrarian mindset. Now, contrarians typically come across as know-it-alls, snobbies. They want to force feed their opinions down your throat and all that type of stuff. But that's not really my intent. It's not my prerogative to prove how smart I am, how much more knowledgeable I am than you. As a contrarian, the best way I can identify this is in World War Z. In World War Z, there was the guy was trying to figure out what was the cause or how to stop the zombie outbreak, right? And when he found the main scientist that was going to help him, the scientist said that out of 5 scientists, 4 are supposed to prove that something is correct, that something exists, whatever. 4 people need to be for something, and there needs to be 1 person in the group that's always trying to poke holes in the argument. That's me. I'm not doing it to prove how right and how much better I am than you or anything like that. I'm just presenting new information. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at that. Hey, did you know this? Hey, have you ever seen this before? And for any of you that share this interest in knowledge, you've been called the main thing, a conspiracy theorist, because you're asking questions about some of the things that are blatantly obvious to you when you have a new set of information to work off of. You see how people are attached to living in the matrix that we all live in, right? Now, I say all of this to say, and this is like a previous video I recorded a couple days ago where I said, how do you know that your path is right for you? How do you know you're on the right path? And because I'm a contrarian, I have to ask a question to some people, a community that I've been kind of dabbling in here and there, which is the Q Anon people. For those of you that don't know, Q was apparently some super secret group of people in the military that are helping bring good to the world, so-called, right? And then the Anons, to my understanding, I'm not a master of this, I'm not an expert, but Anons are kind of the people that follow the Q developments and the Q drops and all that type of stuff. And you get some cryptic intel of what's to come, right? Now, you have to have a lot of I call it optimistic pessimism, skepticism. I would love for everything that there's been dropping in these Qs, all these dictators, all these world leaders that have been holding back humanity, all these release of technology, all these actors and entertainers and popular figures to get what's coming to them, if you catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for that. But these Q drops, I understand cryptic messages and all that type of stuff, but sometimes people be reaching. Q message 11.6, and it says that the storm is coming. I'm making stuff up. I know there's real things out there like that, but and then let's see, on November at 6 o'clock, or it said that the sky is green today. So sky is green. That must mean that there's going to be an aerial event and blah, blah, blah. And then you find that Q post was from 2016, 2017. And you're like, okay. But then, okay, so me trying to do my due diligence, there's this thing called deltas. So this message is going to be applicable in the year 2022. But then 2022 comes and goes. Okay, 3, 4, okay. The reason why I make this video is because elections are right around the corner. The 2024 elections are 2 or 3 days from now. Nevertheless, they're 2 to 3 days from now. And a lot of you Q and Anon people out there really have a huge faith in Donald Trump. Fine. Once again, I'm not political. I'm with the conspiracies. I'm with the aliens and hidden technology and med beds and Nasara Jasara. That's what I'm on. So when it comes to these political figures, I don't put too much faith in anybody, However, you guys have a huge faith in Donald Trump is going to come in and save everything and enact all this crazy stuff. My question is, what if you are wrong? What if Kamala wins somehow, some way? I'm not saying she is or isn't. I'm just saying, what if? What if the military is not in control? What if these are not actors? What if they're bad actors? They're playing their role, but they're double agents. And they throw the whole plan off. Nasara Jasara was supposed to be introduced in when 9/11 happened. 9/11 is what canceled Nasara Jasara. So I get that. But what happens when this big plan, what happens when the Great Orange Hope doesn't come in and save you? You see what I'm saying? At what point do you admit that maybe I've been believing in actual conspiracy theory? At what point do you start to change your focus to something else? Because like I said, I find the idolatry, idolizing certain people to be biblically it is a sin, but you putting so much faith in someone outside of yourself to fix your problem. Hey, listen, I know there's fights above our pay grade that you need people up there doing what they're doing. I get it. But I'm just asking that question, what if? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm ready for the 10 Days of Darkness. I'm ready for the military tribunals. I've been keeping up with some of these celebrities that look crazy, like Oprah. She look different every time you see her. You know what I'm saying? Joe Byron. Every time you see him, he looked different. Even the Donnie looks different. The Trumpster, he looks different all the time. There's body doubles. There's people acting. There's people wearing masks. I get it. But what happens when nothing you thought comes to fruition? What happens when we go a whole nother year, 2 years, 3 years? We went through a whole nother presidential cycle, and we still in the same position because we're waiting for the Q drops to come to fruition. I'm just asking questions. That's all. Till the next one.